on why I like the old Liszt and why I think people don't really know Liszt in general, because Liszt has many phases. You have the young one with the Etudes, like I just played one here. Then you have his middle phase, more orchestra pieces, and then you have the late Liszt, who became very special. Let me show you this. So let me just take you with me to my book shelf, where I have the complete Liszt edition. That's one of the signs that tells you I really like Liszt. That's another sign that tells you I actually know a bit of Liszt, because I played all this stuff at least once for myself. I practiced a lot of the first stuff, and there is a book there, the volume 10, that I really like, where you have a lot of old Liszt pieces. Actually, it's not the one I wanted to show you, but it's also one I want, because there is Via Crucis. It's one of the pieces I really love from Liszt. It's another one. So it's this volume. It's the volume 12. So I even made here a list of 20 pieces of all Liszt I wanted to record once on a CD. And actually, it's one of the reasons why I'm working on this piano, restoring it. Because I would like to play these old Liszt pieces on a piano that sounded like Liszt was probably here when he was composing it. So these are pieces from 77 to 86 more or less, so the 10 last years, and actually it's the 10 last years he had a piano like this. He had a 2m12 Era, that's a 2m45 from the same, almost the same year. This piano is from 76, so 77 we are very close. And they are mostly very slow, with almost very few notes, like not very virtuoso like in the beginning. Let me play you one that's actually a bit famous, 66, this Wiegenlied. So as I said, this is Wiegenlied, Chant du Berceau. It's composed in 81. And as I said, as you notice, it's very little notes. There's not much happening. It's like very easy rhythm, repeating all the time. Sometimes like just one melody or one theme. Like it's almost nothing most of the time, right? And another that's a bit more famous is this Nuages gris. there is the same, there is just this 7 chord resolving in kind of this G minor. Tonalities too are quite fun because it gets it gets very unclear which tonality this is because it ends with. Can you tell me which tonality this is? It has 2 flats in the beginning. Let me know in the comments if you find out the tonality, if you have any idea. Yeah, there's a lot. There is these 2 pairs of lugubre gondola, so these Venice boats that he saw. The number 2 is this one. Citra, then you have this huge climax. Actually, you have this very nice place first here. And I have this huge climax here. In the beginning there are some really nice too. So my favorite, my absolute favorite, and I think one of the best compositions of Liszt is his Impromptu from 1872. Looking a bit more complex than the other pieces. It's complex on the rhythmical level, on the harmony level, the accent he is asking you to do, to make it sound natural. Like if you just play it rhythmically, it's super boring. You have to play with the rubato, with the balance left, right. So you need really to be a very good pianist to be able to play these pieces and make them sound nice and not boring. Actually, that's one of the main difficulty I find in playing Liszt. The young Liszt or the old Liszt is not making him sound boring. Like Liszt is amazing music, really amazing music, but it's very quickly played the wrong way and then it gets really boring. Maybe it's the same for all composers. Maybe Chopin is a bit of an exception. It's easy to play Chopin in a boring way and it still sounds okay. Then you have all his religious pieces, or kind of religious pieces that I like too. I'm not religious, but I like his religious pieces because they have this profoundness, this sereneness, this calmness, that really is something needed in music. Like, it's almost like meditation playing these pieces. This one, by the way, has 7 sharps, everything sharp. C sharp minor, very rare. That's a nice one too, Sancta Dorothea, religious. So there too, there is a rhythmical element. If you just start with this, like a first beat, it doesn't work. It's actually the second beat, so it's 1. Another interesting piece of Liszt is his Toccata, actually. Many composers wrote toccatas. They are very virtuoso pieces mostly, but look at this of Liszt. It's also a fast one. It's like 4 pages, but always the same system. Very strange, sounds really special. Let me try this. Not the most difficult Liszt piece, but it's still not that easy to sight read, for example. Then another very nice is the Resignazione. It's 1 page, only chords. This is for beginners. It's very nice too. There, my son is coming to listen to my Liszt playing. So there is more there, right? But the other thing I wanted to show you is this Via Crucis. So it's actually just the crossroad of Jesus, and Liszt made like a kind of very special music, going through very modern stuff, then sometimes middle-age music. It's page 125. So it starts with Gregorian, or something, I forgot So Liszt actually, when in this time went study some music of the past 15th, 16th century, and he's using stuff here from this kind of music, Vexilla Regis. And then he's sometimes using very modern harmonies. So it sounds like this. The beginning of the piece is like this. So it sounds very boring at first, but then I really got obsessed with this piece. I played it a lot, I recorded it once, and then I was not happy with it. I deleted it again because the piano sound was not good. I will record it again. So this is like Jesus is condemned to death. So you get this nice chord here. And the second one, for example, is also a typical one. It's very dark stuff. Then what I really like is this one. When Jesus meets his mother. This one is very painful, and you can see he uses the harmonies to make it sound painful. Just this chord. F, G, B flat, C sharp, D sharp. Again, I'm not a specialist in harmony, but if anyone knows what this kind of chord is, or what is it close to, let me know. Lovely. I could play it. Oh, this is a nice one too. And so Simon helps Jesus carry the cross. This is in 3/2. Has a very strange dynamic. And then the nice stuff is also like some stuff come back like this stuff here always come back. This comes back very often. Then some chorals, actually, he wrote some chorals just before that I want to record too. I love it. It's actually famous chorals that he just wrote for piano. Some chorals are coming back, like for example this here. Haupt voll Blut und Wunden. I asked some Swiss person or German-speaking person. This is a famous choral when you go to the church. Yeah, then these are like. All heavy. That's a great one too. The Woman of Jerusalem. That's maybe the more dissonant and harmonic, complex piece of the whole set. That's not the worst. I forgot where is this really place where it gets tricky. This maybe evenly. This no, that's the one. That's really tricky one. So where they take Jesus' clothes off. That's one. That's really disturbing to sight read, for example. Great! So, and my absolute favorite part is the end of this piece. It's like really divine. It starts like this. Difficult to make videos when my son is coming and making noises there. Ba ba ba. But he likes Liszt. You like Liszt, Liam? You like Liszt? Say nothing if you think yes.
Yeah.
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 You like Liszt? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then there is another book of the late Liszt that's also around 77. It's his third année de pèlerinage, where you have Angelus, aussi près de la Villa d'Este, where you have Les Jeux d'eau à la Villa d'Este, the famous one. And the last pieces are also some of my favorite pieces of Liszt, with very interesting harmonies. This will be for another video, but let me show you just a small excerpt. For example, this piece, so number 5 of the book, Sunt, lacrimae, rerum, in Hungarian mode. He wrote this for Hanson Bülow. And I think, yeah, it's you can see the Hungarian scale used here. And it's one of the late Liszt harmonies I really like. So there you have it, some of the many pieces of the late Liszt, around 70 to 86 when he died. I hope I gave you interest for the late Liszt pieces. I hope you could catch some of the genius of the late pieces. As I said, it's difficult to like them the first time. Some are more easy than others, and some you need a bit more, listen a bit longer to it, and then you guaranteed will start to like it. It's as I said, it's a very meditative music. It's not the virtuoso Liszt, it's not the romantic Liszt, it's the old Liszt that is a bit sad and bored from life. But great music still.